News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. Trump says he will not do another debate with Kamala. And he said this today. He said Kamala should lose. This was at his Arizona rally in not Phoenix, but Tucson. Kamala should focus on what she should have done during the last almost 4 years, period, he says. There will be no third debate. By the way, it is very much worth noting he's done two. And it's not his fault that they switched candidates. Now, he might look bad, and you might think he'll look bad. We'll explore that in a minute with your call at 800-288-WBAP. 800-288-9227. He says also, when a prize fighter loses a fight, the first words out of his mouth are, I want a rematch. Isn't that true? Now, she today called again for one more debate. Quote, I believe we owe it to the voters to have another debate. She said today. Why? Here's why. She needs one. She needs another debate. While she won as far as how she handled herself and acted more presidential, and all she did was get under her skin and bait him. And most of the people that are independents, and you're going to hear from them, there's a bunch, and it's very good data. Reuters had a poll that said 6 out of 10 of their independent voters said that Trump won. 6 out of 10 independent voters that watched it said they are now going to vote for Trump, or they're leaning towards Trump after the debate. 3 out of 10 said they're now leaning towards or will vote for Kamala, and 1 said still don't know. So 6-3, them's good odds, aren't they? Fox News has the same thing with the independent, like a real-time pollster, where they had the line like a heart meter or like a lie detector test that would go up and down with independents, with Republicans and Democrats, and the independents and Republicans were tandem, moving up and down most of the time. She was blown away by that. Because they know Orange Man is mean, they know Orange Man bad, but they love his policies and how things went, and they continue to say that today, even though he's a pain in the butt for them and he annoys them. He doesn't like them. They don't like him. So why does Harris need another debate? Because she needs a knife fight. She needs another knife fight. She needs a real knockdown, drag out knife fight. He doesn't. A knife fight is bad for him. He loves them, or he's good at them. He wasn't good at it yesterday or 2 days ago, but he's good at them typically, and he thrives in them typically. But he doesn't need another knife fight. In fact, when he does, he looks bad. Some people are saying that, in fact, Fox News, he'll probably end up saying yes to Fox News. I today came around and said, he doesn't need one. And then I listened to a bunch of pundits on Fox News for a couple hours this afternoon and the evening. I'm like, well, maybe they're right that he's still going to do one. He needs one. And I could see both sides of the argument. But for right now, I'm saying he doesn't need it. My first inclination for an hour or so was, and I toggled a little bit after I heard all the pundits today, but my first inclination was to say, no, he doesn't need one. Everybody knows who he is. All the independents know who he is. 8% of the independents watching said they didn't know. They needed to know more about him. 28% needed to know more about her. She's the one that needs to know more. She's also changed up her policies. Not her policies. I'm sorry. Well, she's done that too, but she has changed up her media strategy. Now she reportedly, according to her handlers, is going to be doing a couple more interviews, because she knows she needs to, because she's failing at telling us who she is other than 4 more years of Joe, which is what it will be. Now, I want to ask you that. Is Trump smart to refuse to do another debate? This is big news. Is Trump smart in refusing to do another debate? And does she need him more than he needs her? Does she need him more than he needs her as far as another debate? Who needs it more, her or him? And is Trump afraid to debate her? I don't think so, but some people might be saying, and that's what her team, they're already saying, oh, he's afraid, and she's going to hit, and say he's afraid, and she'll probably do some ads. I mean, the woman has $500 million, like $100 million or $200 million more now than Trump. It's a very Very serious, but so did Hillary, comparatively speaking, and he still won. But we can't rest on any laurels, dude. How did that go for 2020? Didn't go well at all. No. We lost Arizona by 11. We lost Michigan by, I think, 100 or 110, supposedly, or something of that nature. And Pennsylvania by 40,000, maybe even less. Actually, reportedly, it was 44,000 votes across 7 states. So nothing can be afforded to be played with. So we all know who he is. The independents, for the most part, all know who he is, obviously, and know what he'll do. And it's her that needs to shed the Joe Biden stuff. But she can't. She's in a pickle because if she does, then she says, what I've done for 4 years is a waste. It's bad. I'm not going to do it anymore. Really? So I think she's in a pickle, and she does horribly at interviews. The more she does, the more she'll fail. Part of me says Trump should do this. Cut her off on debates. She's on her own. Let her make a butt out of herself, an ass out of herself. Excuse my language. Cindy in North Arlington, WBAP.
Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Nice to talk to you again.
Good to talk to you.
Well, I think the only way President Trump can get a fair debate would be, and of course, on Fox. But I would love to see him pick whoever he would like to be the moderator on a debate, such as Sean Hannity. Let Sean Hannity ask her the questions, and then whoever she chooses, ask him the questions, because that's the only way I feel he's going to get a fair debate.
So you're saying you have to do Fox, and I'll do it, and I will pick my person, and you can pick your person, but they're all Fox people.
It doesn't necessarily have to be. I'm just saying, he could pick Hannity, who's really good at that kind of stuff. I'd love to see him have Mark Levin up there asking her questions. Oh, my gosh.
The great one. You big dummy. Mr. Producer.
I just think that's the only way.
I think it's not realistic. I think the way to do it to get a fair debate and to do it with Fox is Martha McCallum and Brett Baer. I think asking Hannity would be like asking what's her name from MSNBC. It'd be stupid. It'd be a waste. They'd be battling each other and the candidates. It'd be stupid, I think. But so does he need to do another debate, though? Does he need another debate? That's a yes. That's a yes.
I would say yes.
Okay.
I would say yes, so that he can finally close the deal.
Yeah, because he didn't close the deal 2 nights ago. He didn't close the deal 2 nights ago. He lost.
And if they do have another debate, and it is the 2 moderators, like you said, who I love them both, that would be a fair debate. I just let her talk to the hard. Should
they cut the mics?
I would just let her talk, let her finish, and then he comes in and does a slam dunk.
And she will absolutely bait him. She did, and he nibbled it up like a starved mouse. Like a fool, he nibbled up every piece of bait instead of saying 3.5 years ago, you should have been doing this for 3.5 years. You should have been doing that. These are your policies. Jim in Dallas, WBAP, you're on.
Chris, I think what Trump is really trying to do is develop a negotiating advantage so that he can dictate the terms of, because he's got Kamala more or less crawling, like begging for a third debate, and he can do that. And also, you need to take a look at your matrix. You don't think that Trump won, but if you by the fact that what really matters is whether the independents have changed their minds, and they have. And they're in favor of Trump.
Well, I'll tell you why. Here's why the independents, and you can say if you agree or disagree. The independents went with Trump because he's still the guy they despise, blah blah blah, and don't like as far as his personality and his issues, but they still love his policies. That really is it.
Well, so what?
I agree. I agree.
He's still okay. Now, here's another thing.
Quickly.
Had Trump won the debate, and just wiped out, the Democrats would have tried to figure some way to replace Kamala. And the thing is, he didn't want Kamala replaced. He wants her at the end. So he may have intentionally gone a little bit slow just to make sure she's in there to the point where they can't get.
That was a terrible debate, and I don't think it was intentional. Jim, though, I appreciate your call, my friend. David in Fort Worth, you'll be up next on the Chris Crock Show on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. Kamala is going to bless us with a couple of interviews. She's been hiding for like 54 days, 55 days, one interview in 55 days, and she did it with her comfort blanket, the governor of Minnesota. So I'll tell you what she's going to do to bless us by doing some more interviews, where or what she's going to do. And we're going to give you more details on the independents. You're going to hear a bunch of independents saying what they thought of it, and it's all good news. And it keeps going as good news. Doesn't mean we're going to win, though. Do not even think we're going to win. In fact, nobody's got the advantage right now as far as I'm concerned. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. That's next at 17 minutes after the hour on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3.
I didn't expect to see independents tracking so much with Republicans last night, and they did. Independent voters were looking for two things from Kamala. One, they wanted to hear more in depth on her policies. What was she really going to do for the economy? What was going to be different about the economy under her than it would have been under Biden? And number two, they wanted her to explain why she's had so many changes. She didn't give the why that allowed people to authentically say you have a reason to change.
Are Americans better off today than they were when you came into office 3.5 years ago? And she sidestepped it. She walked around it.
She wasn't very specific when asked certain things.
I didn't really know a lot about her other than she served as vice president. And today, unfortunately, she didn't get to talk about a lot of her policy.
She didn't talk about her policy changes between 2020 and 2024. Her whole centrist, moderate stance is just a facade.
Was actually going to make our country better. And we're in an incredibly unique situation where we've had both of the candidates in office before, and we've gotten to see what they would do. And when facts come to facts, my life was better when Trump was in office. The economy was higher, inflation was lower, things were better overall. And now with Kamala's administration, things haven't been so fantastic. And she's saying she can fix the problems that her administration has caused, but I just don't know if I can afford to take that risk.
Okay, a bunch of independents that watched on CNN, on Fox News. Pretty stunning. Second of all, look at this. And if you're just joining us, Trump says no more debates with Kamala. He did one with Joe, one with her. That's two. It's enough. Is it smart for Trump to refuse doing another debate? Did she need him more than he needs her? In the next debate? Who needs it more? And is Trump afraid to debate her? I don't think so, but I'll ask the question. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227 on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. Look at this, though. Kamala is now going to bless us. She says she's going to show up after like 55 days of one interview. She's going to do a couple of local and national television interviews in the next few weeks. It's a reversal in strategy that says Breitbart to avoid most questions in her during her first presidential debate. In the days after, she's been evasive. First question on the economy, she didn't answer it. Here we go. This is from Jake Tapper, liberal Jake Tapper, CNN. Despite the economy being the number one issue, the sitting vice president generally reverted to talking points about a few of her policy proposals. 61% of likely voters say believe the next president should represent a major change. 61% from Biden-Harris. Only 25% see Harris as the change. A majority see Trump as the change. That means more than double see Trump's the change agent, and she is not by more than double. Second of all, the New York Times Siena poll shows Trump is viewed as a more moderate candidate than she is. New York Times Siena poll shows the other day 32% think he's too conservative, but 47% think she's too liberal. So he is more mainstream by 15 points than she is. There you go. And that's the truth. Everybody knows it. We lived under 4 years. They can say he's Satan and all these things. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. By the way, Kamala's done one interview with Walz as her comfort blanket next to her. Trump has done 18 media appearances in addition to 6 press conferences. J.D. Vance has done at least 44 interviews and 12 former Q&A sessions or press conferences. Walz has done 2. So Walz 2, her 1, and Trump 18 plus 6 is what? 24. Trump 24 and J.D. Vance 56. I mean, dude, it's a joke. Okay, let's go to David in Fort Worth. You're on WBAP. What do you got?
Chris, those are interesting stats. Kamala needs Trump more than Trump needs Kamala.
Agreed.
And I agree. She started with her opening statement Tuesday night and started throwing out kibbles to a hungry dog, and he ate every one of them and followed her right off a script,
right,
and never recovered until his final statements. His final statements were pretty good.
It should have been the opening statement, and the repeated line for every time he took the mic was, "You've had 3.5 years. Why didn't you do it?" Go ahead.
I agree, and he needs to rebut with questions to drill down on her comments. What the heck is an opportunity economy?
Yes, exactly. And you can't tell us because you have no specifics, because you don't want any specifics, because it's a continuation of the Biden-Harris administration where you have bankrupted us. Do you know the U.S. Census just came out, and Trump should have said this too, the U.S. Census just came out and said Americans are poorer today from the day Joe and Kamala took office. We are all poorer, according to the United States government census. There you go. I'll share details with you on that a little later. Nick in Mesquite, WBAP. Hi.
Hey, I hope I'm not getting some weird feedback. But anyway, Trump definitely needs to debate again. I don't know why he would choose not to. He needs to recover. I'm never going to be comfortable, even though, after what happened in 2022, red wave, and then Joe Biden winning.
It was a red ripple. Yeah.
Yeah, red ripple. I feel like right now all the momentum's on them, unfortunately, and I think he needs to take every opportunity to drill down how terrible they are and how terrible they've been. And then I agree with the last caller. He needs to ask questions. Tell me your plan. What is this opportunity zone? How is it going to work? Who's going to pay for it? And, small business, I don't have a small business. That doesn't help me. Kids, I have kids, that would help their little $6,000 a year thing, but all these things she's proposing, it doesn't help every American. People that are buying homes the first time, I've already got a home.
We know what her policies do, and we know the first two financial policies that she shared are an absolute disaster. A disaster. They failed, and Democrats and liberal media destroyed it. Hey, coming up next, are they eating the pets? Are they eating the pets? Are they stealing and eating geese? Well,
they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
Find out. We're going to get into that next. I've got audio people saying they're eating a lot of animals. I'm not kidding you.
Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat.
You heard what he said in the debate. He has no plan to replace it. He said concepts of a plan.
I'm going to be the next president. That was getting close to a Dean scream, wasn't it? Ah! I don't know, you might want to isolate that. Plan! And just play it on a loop. Your maniacal presidential candidate. And then play it with a little bit of this.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
You can see that on my stories on Instagram. You can also see it on my Twitter feed at Chris Crock Show. That's at Chris Crock Show, along with the cats and dogs and him Trump dancing and bouncing to the rap song. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but a lot of people still want to talk about the debate stuff. And the people have not been swayed. In fact, most people end up going for Trump still after this, not because he did well. He got his butt handed to him because of his own choice to not prepare as well as he should have, and for many other reasons. Here's a little bit more from some independents, what a pollster said. Let's see, here's one.
My life was better when Trump was in office. The economy was higher, inflation was lower, things were better overall. And now with Kamala's administration, things haven't been so fantastic. And she's saying she can fix the problems that her administration has caused, but I just don't know if I can afford to take that risk.
feel like I just need to hear more. I feel like Kamala did better than I expected because I feel like she more so answered the questions directly as opposed to Trump. Don't get me wrong, she did deflect, but I feel like she did less often.
I like Donald Trump's closing statement too. Basically saying like she's saying everything we want to hear, but if that's the case, why you didn't do all that stuff in the last 4 years?
People are not stupid. And what's amazing is, and I agree, Dana Perino made a point, and I agree. I mean, this shocked me how many independents, including Reuters, in a poll of 10 people, like they had 10 people watching it or whatever that they were working with that were independents. 6 out of 10 afterwards said they're going to vote for Trump or they're leaning Trump. 3 out of 10 said they're leaning for or will go vote for Kamala. 1 still didn't know. So 6-3, I like them odds, don't you? It's amazing. Major Garrett, I've got the audio on my Twitter feed, but I can probably find it and play while we're talking here. But he went and talked to 20 different people in kind of throughout Pennsylvania. And he's a CBS News reporter. He used to be over at Fox years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And what he said was devastating as well. In fact, here it is. Ready? Here you go.
And so I talked to 20 voters. Not one of them was undecided.
Wow.
Not one. Not one. And headlines come and go, but let me tell you this. Support for former President Trump is real and resilient. I encounter that everywhere I went. And that's something the Harris campaign knows, recognizes. It's a fact in Michigan.
What at the I think Shanksville Memorial event yesterday on 9/11, I think it was they went into a hangar. Biden and Kamala went into a hangar, and I can play it for you. I actually have it on my Twitter feed again. The difference between the reaction to him and her coming in was stunning. Was absolutely stunning. Let me, I think I have that on here too, because I'm shocked. In fact, it's right here. Here we go. Ready? This is Biden and Kamala. They're walking into the hangar. It's on my Twitter feed. At Chris Crock Show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. At Chris Crock Show. This is Biden and Kamala. They're in there. They're smiling. Everybody sees them. Same crowd in a second you're going to hear when Trump comes in. Separate. Here he is. There he is. This is them walking in the same entrance with the same people on this within, an hour or so of each other on the same event, at the same event. So it's got to be maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes apart, 20 minutes apart. And then here he is looking around, pointing, talking. Fire Joe. Put him behind bars. Okay, that was on TikTok. By the way, another shocking thing for the Harris campaign. Trump's closing statement is way, way more viewed on TikTok than hers is. That's deadly because TikTok is a super woke leftist Chinese-run app, malware app. I heard that going in during Brett Baer's show. I was like, wow. People saw this a lot more. I was young and saw that. And let me tell you something. My son's one and my daughter's one, and they're screwed. They are screwed. I don't tell them this. I have hope for them. But they feel they're screwed with this economy, with the way they've made it. They can't. My son's like, I can't afford a house. I told him though he's going to get married in a year and a half or less when they already have a wedding. They're planning it out for right after he graduates college, next December, a year and 3 months from now or something. So, yeah, I said, well, you guys can live here while you're married. I mean, it's not the best thing, or with her parents, and that's fine. But to save up for a year and then just do gangbusters after that. But. So anyway, sorry I went long on that, but let's go to your call, 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Is Trump smart in refusing to do another debate? Does she need him more than he needs her for the debate? And is Trump afraid to debate her? I don't think he is. I'm just asking the question. All right, let's go to Jim in Dallas. Jim, WBAP, you're on.
I'm going to give some perspective on the debate, and then I want to talk about some dog eaters after that. Number one, I think Trump is smart right now to say, I'm not going to do a third debate. Look, the guy works 8 days a week. He just got shot in the face, and he needs to take a day off at least once a week, a little rest, relaxation, restore the mental capacity. And if you want to talk about that some more, we can. But being from North Fulton, Alpharetta, you better not try to eat my dog. Now, I came down and did security at the Rangers Stadium last night. They had a sign up, caution duck crossing. I'm like, the Venezuelan gang is going to start recruiting the Haitians, showing them that we've got live ducks in the area.
Well, here's a little bit of that real fast. And
it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to, seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants, because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them like...
We've lost a whole bunch of cats. There was a van pulled over that had over 100 cats in it with the Haitians. They said they was eating them.
Actually?
Yeah.
Not fake news?
Not fake news.
So a van was collecting cats and eating them?
I watched it happen, yeah. Watched them get pulled over with the cats and admit to the police that they was eating them.
You're not joshing with me?
No. I'm almost 50 years old, buddy. I don't know.
The first,
mess around.
The first guy you heard was at a city council meeting speaking. He's a well-known YouTuber there, and he lives there. And then the other guy was a local resident in a documentary that was done about it. Okay, Jim, I appreciate your call. Let's go next to Sandra in Fort Worth.
Hi. I'm tired of the armchair quarterbacking. Trump is an amazing man. He's been through the ringer, and he has come out stellar. I would like to see more support. People are trying to pick the scabs off his wounds. He deserves a lot of respect. He's done a lot, and he's still standing, and he's still okay. I think he has a method to everything he does. And so what he did last night, I don't think was beyond anything of what he intended to do. I think he intends to let her hang himself. I once had a job, and there was a big problem, and I wanted to fire
and what he needs to do is let her. And what he hold on. Hello. All right, I got to turn off for a second. I'd love to have a conversation with her. She just can't hear me. What he needs to do is let her hang herself. Let her, make an ass out of herself. And what she needs to do is let him hang himself. And that's why the knife fight debate wouldn't be so good.
So I really like.
She's still talking.
When
Hello?
Reagan was practicing, I
she
guess,
doesn't,
for his second election.
What do I do? I don't mean to be rude.
And he just broke out. So
I don't know what to do. Should I just put her on hold? I don't want to be rude. Hello?
Why don't you just let Bonnie be Bonnie and quit?
Oh, wow. I'm just going to put her on hold. I don't mean to be rude, right? Am I being rude? Okay. Jose and Jose, you're next. Jose, can you see my brother? Jose, can you hold? I want to take you next. Can you stand by? Hold on.
Caller, I want to hear that horn first.
You want her to keep going forever? Wait, what?
The horn, yeah. The horn.
You were a first time caller last time, but you didn't get the horn. Do you have a new point? Do you have a new point to make?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir.
Then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to the judges off the air during this quick pause for 2 minutes. When we come back, I will let you know if we can play the horn for you. You will find out, sir. Okay, stand by, and then I want to hear your point. Okay.
Okay.
In the meantime, we have a little bit of music to take you out.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat.
News Talk 820 WBAP, and now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. But I want to tell you something else, too. Talking about the debate, was it smart for Trump to say no more debates for me today? Who needs the debate more, her or him? And is Trump afraid to debate her? 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. And let us now go to Jose in San Antonio. Now, Jose, to make things clear, first of all, what's up, WBAP? To make things clear here, you are asking for the judges. You asked the judges for an appeal on. Normally, on the first-time caller, everybody gets a special sound effect, you did not receive that the first time because, sir, in all honesty, you failed. Sir, you failed to tell us it was your first time calling. Are you asking for that in earnest right now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I can report to you that the judges. The judges said it would be okay this one time. They made an exception for you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Chris, you want me to comment right now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. President Trump doesn't need any more games with these people. What I'm talking about is that when he sealed the deal with the last statement, when he said you had 3.5 years to do it and you haven't done it yet, and he should have said that way before. Correct. And then you said that it's been going on in Twitter, and that surprises me, because I mean that's the punchline right there, and that's when they find out that in my opinion that they were down to the count. It's like a boxer, you go the 8th, 9th round and you ahead of points. Yeah. Hey, you don't want to keep boxing because they're looking for a knockout, and you just want to play the defense. You just want to avoid the punches, and that's what he's got to do. Don't play with them. They have no integrity.
I think she needs a knife fight. She had one a little bit, and she won. She did. He failed. He took all the bait, and he got angry. He let her get her angry. Yep. He was. I agree with editorial from Bill Henninger in the Wall Street Journal today that he says at the 30-minute mark he started getting angry and raising his voice, and I don't say yelling, but raising his voice like he does at the rallies, and that was bad. He was visibly angry, and he just freaking lost it, and he cannot do that. And if he does it again, he'll lose even more, possibly. Go ahead.
They know how to push his buttons. They know how to push his buttons. Everybody's got buttons, and they know his. And the other thing that he did today was when he said no taxes on overtime, man, the crowd went wild, and that's it. Yeah. He doesn't need anything else, man.
Yeah, he's a populist, really, is what he is, and conservative on some things and moderate on many other things, to say the least. But I love his policies, and I love the man, and he's got to be our president. But if he continues to do what he did at that debate, he's going to lose. He can't do that. And I appreciate your honesty, and you're a great caller. I'm glad to have a new friend in San Antonio, my brother.
All the time, man.
Take care, brother.
I'm in Oregon right now.
What's that? What's that?
I'm in Oregon right now. I'm a truck driver.
Oh, that's awesome. Can I hear your horn, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah! Yeah! All right, bro. Hey, by the way, if you look at my Instagram or my Twitter at Chris Crock Show, that's at Chris Crock Show, ChrisKrock, you can share this great Trump rap where the cats are dancing and dogs are dancing and Trump's dancing to this rap. Here we go.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating.
You like that?
They're eating the cats.
When I had an argument with my brother this morning just for that, I looked at Google. Google was not saying anything about...
No. Google hates Trump. He hates you and me.
Oh, yeah.
He seeks to destroy Trump. They seek to destroy Trump. Remember when you Googled it, it said he was never assassinated until that was caught in the news? So look, they hate us. Of course there's going to be nothing about it.
Yes.
Yeah, but I have it. And we're going to cover that next, actually. You're going to hear... I have like 5 or 6 different sound bites. Some of them from 3, 4, 5 residents, many of them speaking out at the city council meeting, one of them on Fox and Friends this morning, saying that, in fact, they're destroying the town of Springfield, Ohio. Trump must go there, like now, and do a press conference, and not a press conference, a press conference in a town hall, and really a press conference, and have people coming up for like an hour. It's already set not for an hour. That's too long, but like 15 minutes.
They're going to say he's an opportunist.
No. No, somebody needs to put the spotlight on it. My buddy Eric Erickson, who Rush used to quote all the time before Rush passed, Rush is a friend of mine, Eric's friend of mine, and his great blog today, he said he needs to go there now. And I'm like, that's right. That's exactly right. He needs to go there now and put the spotlight on that town and care for those people like he did in East Palestine, Ohio. Appreciate your call, my friend. Appreciate your great call. Okay. Drive safe. Grateful to have you on board. Okay. Hey, coming up next, though, we're going to talk about that. Are they eating pets? Are they eating ducks, cats, and dogs? Today, a resident in Springfield, Ohio, said it is a dystopian nightmare as Haitian illegals overrun the city of 58,000, with 20,000 of them being there, legal or illegal, depending on who you ask, in my opinion. But all right, that's coming up at 3 minutes after the hour.